Hello again. And right into the action.
hmm
That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Continuing last episode's discussion, what are your thoughts on a on potential seeing Fire Red and Leaf Green making a comeback?
I mean, I think it would be like something that definitely could happen. Like, especially considering, like, this is like the 30th anniversary and all that stuff. I definitely don't believe, like, that there would be a price lowering at all. But at the same time, I wouldn't be against the idea of it, especially, like, I feel like it would be something that you could do to introduce, like, new people
Hmm.
or like brand new to the franchise.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's the 30th anniversary is one of the going logics behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only a smidgen younger than me, but I know you got your start in the N64 era, so I gotta ask, Gen 3 or Gen 4, what was your introduction to the franchise?
My introduction actually was with the Game Boy.
As
I
in Gen 1?
Yeah, Gen 1. Yeah, Pokemon is one of the few games that weren't my brother's that I had. I
Mhm.
originally just got because everyone in my school was talking about it, so I thought, what the heck? I wasn't really too big into it during like the first gen when it was through there, but I really got more into it during the second gen.
Yeah, as people will always say, and I'm not just quoting OmniArc TV here, I'm pretty much quoting anyone who's ever said it.
Uh-huh.
Gen 1 and to a degree Gen 2 were good for their times, but compared to how the series has evolved over time, even older games like Gens 3 and 4 and even 5
Uh-huh.
can be considered a little bit more primitive to a degree. But this day and age, Gen 1 is definitely the most primitive of them all. And it's like, at the time, it was the greatest thing ever.
Mhm.
But nowadays, it's like, well, this is what they could have done back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remind me, is Darian the Water World or?
Darian's the in-between of the water world. It's the more of the manufacturing world.
Oh, it's Detroit.
Yeah, only except it looks a bit nicer.
Oh my God, we are gonna get hate bombed by people from Detroit watching this.
Or they might agree with us, like how some people who make fun of Florida will have people who live in Florida say that, yeah, Florida is fucking hot as hell.
Or it could be when you're from New York and you make fun of New Jersey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh, Best New Jersey joke ever from Spin City.
Yeah.
Mike, look out that window. We represent the greatest city in the country, sir. That's New Jersey.
Yep. And you know how one of my favorite like the ways of relaxing is listening to Metroid
Yeah,
soundtracks.
I know the Water World is one of your favorite tracks in this game.
Waterworld is one of my favorites, but Iron is probably my second favorite.
If they ever put Metroid Dread on Nintendo Music, I'll have to listen to the Diary music itself.
Yeah, and it's actually one of those things where it's not just like one separate, like, like overwhelming thing. It's like in every level that you go into, there's a change in certain places. Sometimes it's very noticeable. Sometimes with like Burnia, which is the water area, it's more like, in the upper areas, you got like, good sound. And then the other one changes to it being like, this is what it would sound like in the submerged depths.
Well, I mean, I know Metroid was never super popular in Japan, but that never really stopped the devs, at least until the modern era of Nintendo's corruption, bare minimum,
hmm
from really putting in effort to create the atmosphere that the franchise has always been going for, you know?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect anything less of the music design.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this day and age I would expect less, but that's just because, Miyamoto is pretty much acting like he runs the show around there.
Yeah, like that's another thing that hasn't changed like through there. Like, as I said like before, like I get some of the critiques that are said about
What'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. But yeah, I get some of the critiques that are related to the game itself. But one thing I definitely will say that is still good is the music.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of the soundtracks I do like.
I do think that for all of the crap that modern Nintendo is getting, you still get some pretty good music out of them. I think, and this is just my opinion, but I think that like soundtracks and music are the one thing that Nintendo composers cannot get wrong.
Yeah,
Even the shittiest of games can have some can have some great tunes.
let there be light.
Yep. That's actually one of the reasons I'm glad to have a Nintendo Switch online subscription because, between Nintendo being Nintendo and going after people who put music online, at least I have the opportunity to listen to soundtrack. Like, I was just looking to see how many Metroid games have been added since the original Famicom and NES.
Uh-huh.
You got Metroid 2, Metroid Prime, and the Switch remastering version of the soundtrack on
Uh-huh.
Nintendo Music right now, So Dread ain't there yet. But then
Yeah,
again, neither is Super Metroid for reasons.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Mario and Luigi Brothership is kind of on my shit list right now because have you started Brothership yet?
No, it's on my to-do list right now. I'm going through a Thousand Year Door. I'm actually at the about to start the seventh chapter.
I actually saw that when I was doing my tennis stuff last night.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was actually tempted to text you and be like, "Shame on you, not playing video games on the weekend, Mister." But yeah, yeah. But yeah, okay. So I'm on the portion of the story where you have to beat all the enemies at once,
Hmm.
and I spent a good 2 to 3 hours dealing with infinite respawn to the point where I sold my copy of the game. But if you want to take a hand, since I still have my save data, or at least I should, and try to clear this area, that might convince me to try and get my paws on a copy of the game and cross my fingers and hope that I can get it used without it having been dumped to a MIG switch.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was loving on Brothership at first, but this particular boss fight is just all kinds of ridiculous. Like, I have to double check where I am.
Hmm.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, hey, while we're doing whatever we're doing this weekend, hanging out, doing stuff, I want you to look up this video
Hmm.
of this boss fight, and then I want you to actually try this boss fight in theory and tell me if it's as easy as it looks, and even if it does take you less tries than I did, you know,
Hmm.
because like on one hand, I sold it because I didn't think I was ever going to play it again, and I didn't know if you would have the time or patience to assist with how ridiculous it is. Like, a person can have a lot of patience for a problematically hard level of a game,
Hmm.
or a problematically hard fight, but there is such a thing as a person's patience running out where it's just like, oh my god.
Hmm.
It's like, you don't like it, you don't want to keep your copy of the game, pass it to me for free. But, if it doesn't try your patience enough that you can successfully help me, and I should give the game a second chance
Hmm.
and finish it up. Because I'm like in the third segment out of the four segments of the map.
Hmm.
I am on my way to the end game at this point.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Well, I will say this: if this is the place where you start encountering something like that near like the end game, I can at least understand where that's it being there, as opposed to say like the halfway point.
and here's the thing: they're just Koopa Troopas and Goombas in respawn squads. But it's like, regardless of how annoying and how ridiculous and how much I hate this particular boss fight, they still got a bunch of really great fucking tracks. Like Twisty Island, you got this really 60s style surf rock sound to it.
Uh huh.
Like You know the surf rock sound of the forest world in Mario Odyssey?
Uh-huh.
The do 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 do. It's something like that on Twisty Island, you know?
Uh-huh.
Really gets like the whole hey, I really dig this beach. You get me a cat type vibe, you know?
Hmm.
It's very 60s, very very beach party 60 dance surf rock, you know?
Right.
Really nice to listen to.
You were saying?
Well, first, did you notice how the border around the map is blinking red before the Emmy dot appeared?
Yeah.
Is that normally like a warning sign that it's
Yeah, that is
nearby?
a warning.
Oh, good, 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 good. But yeah, even if it turns out that all the criticism of of brothership and acquires job in the game
Uh-huh.
is let's you know how sometimes criticism is more valid because you're like, oh well, I just think that people were expecting something like something more than just what they got, you know, like
Hmm.
but sometimes it's valid because like, oh wow, you know, I didn't realize it at first because I was blinded by my love of the series, but I can actually see where people are coming from.
Hmm.
Let's say you get that level of validity to the criticism.
Hmm.
I challenge you, even if you say, yeah, it's not as good as older Mario and Luigi games, I still challenge you to find something wrong with the soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah, because like you cannot tell me that Nintendo makes bad soundtracks.
Yeah, I agree.
Some songs might not be the best. Some of them might not be enjoyable. Some of them might, but yeah,
Some might be, they're good, but they're not something you would listen on repeat.
exactly. It's pretty much like, but I'd say I'd say Nintendo's greatest track record is in their soundtracks. You know?
Yeah, that's where they aren't. That's where they're not. Failing.
Yeah. Like, say what you will about Mario Kart World. I know I've said what I will,
Hmm.
but straight up, um, some of the new tracks are pretty good. Like, I love that harmonica open road trucker style music on the main menu.
Hmm.
You know, it really
Okay, which way are you going?
that way.
Gotcha.
That was close.
Yeah, I know. Gotcha.
Haha! Surprise, motherfucker!
Yep.
Yeah, you've heard that harmonica riff, right?
Yeah, I've heard it.
So you know it's more or less like it really does give you that open road feel. Like if if we were on a cross country road trip to a con in like Oregon and we were driving through like the New Mexico Arizona area,
Uh-huh.
you cannot tell me that that is not the mood that the title screen of Mario Kart World would invoke.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you know, at least one big positive thing to come out of the game is that you know you're gonna have some good tracks there. You know,
Hmm.
yeah. And by tracks I mean music tracks,
Yep.
which actual racing tracks are good or bad or in the eye of the beholder.
Yep.
Like I said, I will. I will die on the hill that Mushroom Bridge is more aesthetically pleasing and nicer and more enjoyable to race on than boring old highway in the hills Shroom Ridge.
Hmm.
I don't get why people think Shroom Ridge is better. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I will die on the hill that Mushroom Bridge is superior.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, we've got a staple of the series.
Yeah, we do. Can we just talk about how, like, in Metroid 1, the very first thing you can get if you go straight to the left instead of going into the caverns first is the Morph Ball?
Yeah, it's technically a more like necessary thing you need to do anyways.
Yeah.
And cannot go that way because I don't have the various suit yet, which, if I remember correctly, is the next thing you get.
Nice. But yeah, it's like, I also feel like the Morph Ball was right there to. It was the first Metroid game. It was meant to show, hey, guess what? You can upgrade Samus.
Yeah, and hey, upgrades may not just be going to the right. It might be going to the left.
I would never have known to look to the left for the Morph Ball because when you think about it, it makes the most sense to go to the right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the reason behind it.
It wasn't until I started reading strategy guides and doing serious in-depth playthroughs of Metroid and Zero Mission Remake
Uh-huh.
that I really learned the first thing you should always do when playing the original Metroid or its Game Boy Advance remake: go straight to the left, shoot the enemies, jump, grab the morph ball, and roll back to the starting point, and then make your way into the game proper.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Alas, poor Samus. I knew her, Brent.
And now she descends, ascends.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, she's either ascending to heaven or descending from heaven.
Who's to say she's not descending to hell for destroying all the Metroids?
You never know.
Samus, hero or genocidal madwoman? Details at 11.
Hmm.
There, yeah. Artaria is the water, right?
No, Artaria is the cavern. Yeah, it's the place we start at. It's just now that I have the morph ball, I have more things I can get to now.
Oh, goody. Well, we can make the next episode a collectathon. Get started. We got a little bit of time to spare, so if you want to do a bit of Artaria collectathoning now, and then seeing what we can pick up more fall wise following, you know.
Sure.
Mhm.
For example, thank you.
The Legend of Metroid. He's either really focused or extremely confused by that joke.
Oh no, I got the joke. I'm just focusing right now.
I got the joke, I just didn't like it.
No, I liked it, and you're not too wrong. Because if I remember correctly, this is the unless if I'm misremembering for return of for Samus returns, this is the first time you have like fragments that you need to get.
I didn't get through enough Samus Returns to discover that, so I wouldn't know, but um, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the first time they did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gear,
Hmm.
get ready to run. Oops. Hold on. Yeah, see, this is what I mean.
Oh, buddy, did you screw that pooch?
Yep, but I'm okay. I can still make it. It,
Well, it's a good thing you had that second energy tank, eh?
yep. Now I want your opinion. Which did you like better? This suit or this suit?
That is a hard sell. I mean, they both got the cool repair job in progress going on about them.
Yeah,
It's I don't know. It's pretty hard.
yeah. I admit I like both of them too. And no, I can't get that just yet. I need a gravity suit for that.
I would say we should do what we can and make our way to the nearest save point.
Yeah, I agree. But if I'm correct, I can get to the next save point from the teleporter. So I just need to wait for this loading, and then I can start getting us there. Because the thing about like some of Arteria's collectibles is that you do make a return to it like later into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the stuff that you like can collect there, you are going to need to wait until you have more power ups.
Well, they wouldn't want to make it too easy. There's always been kind of Zelda-esque to begin with, where sometimes you need one power up to get something you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in Link's Awakening. There's that big old heart piece right over a pit that you need the Roc's feather out of the tail cave for.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I was just letting you finish your thought before I got to the save. I'd say so far we're doing well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They got a long stretch ahead of us eventually, though. Oh yeah.
Yep.